Working in one's hometown versus working in a different city or country is a common dilemma faced by many people in the modern world. There are various advantages and disadvantages of both choices, depending on one's personal and professional preferences. In this essay, I will discuss some of the main pros and cons of working in one's hometown versus working in a different city or country. One of the advantages of working in one's hometown is that it allows one to maintain close ties with one's family, friends, and community. Working in one's hometown can also provide a sense of familiarity, comfort and security, as one knows the local culture, language, and customs well. Moreover, working in one's hometown can save time and money on commuting, traveling, and relocating, which can reduce stress and improve one's quality of life. However, working in one's hometown can also have some disadvantages, such as limited opportunities, competition, and stagnation. Working in one's hometown can restrict one's exposure to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences, which can hamper one's learning and growth. Furthermore, working in one's hometown can increase the pressure and expectations from one's family, friends, and society, which can affect one's personal and professional decisions. Additionally, working in one's hometown can create a sense of boredom, monotony, and dissatisfaction, as one may feel that there is nothing new or exciting to explore or achieve. On the other hand, working in a different city or country can offer many benefits, such as diversity, challenge, and adventure. Working in a different city or country can broaden one's horizons and enrich one's knowledge and skills, as one can interact with different people, cultures, and environments. Moreover, working in a different city or country can enhance one's career prospects and goals, as one can access more resources, opportunities, and networks. Furthermore, working in a different city or country can stimulate one's creativity and curiosity, as one can discover new things and enjoy new experiences. Nevertheless, working in a different city or country can also pose some drawbacks, such as isolation, adaptation, and risk. Working in a different city or country can sever one's connections with one's family, friends, and community, which can cause loneliness and homesickness. Working in a different city or country can also require a lot of adjustment and flexibility, as one has to cope with different culture, language, and customs. Additionally, working in a different city or country can entail a lot of uncertainty and insecurity, as one may face difficulties, obstacles, and dangers. In conclusion, working in one's hometown versus working in a different city or country has both advantages and disadvantages, which vary depending on one's personal and professional preferences. Therefore, one should weigh the pros and cons of both options carefully and make an informed and suitable choice for oneself. Many people today face the choice of working in a big city or in a small town or rural area. This decision can have significant implications for one's lifestyle, health, and well-being. In this essay, I will compare and contrast the effects of working in a big city versus working in a small town or rural area. One of the main differences between working in a big city and working in a small town or rural area is the availability and accessibility of various facilities and services. Working in a big city can provide one with more options and opportunities for education, entertainment, healthcare, transportation, and other aspects of life. For example, one can enjoy a variety of cultural events, recreational activities, shopping malls, and restaurants in a big city. One can also benefit from better infrastructure, public transportation, and healthcare services in a big city. These factors can make one's life more convenient, comfortable, and enjoyable. However, working in a small town or rural area can also have some advantages in terms of lifestyle, health, and well-being. Working in a small town or rural area can offer one a more peaceful, relaxed, and natural environment. For example, one can experience less noise, pollution, traffic, and crowds in a small town or rural area. One can also enjoy more green spaces, fresh air, and scenic views in a small town or rural area. These factors can make one's life more calm, healthy, and pleasant. Another major difference between working in a big city and working in a small town or rural area is the level and type of stress and pressure that one may encounter. Working in a big city can expose one to more stress and pressure from various sources, such as work, competition, expectations, and conflicts. For example, one may face more deadlines, demands, challenges, and risks in a big city. One may also encounter more competition, criticism, discrimination, and violence in a big city. These factors can affect one's mental and emotional health and well-being negatively. However, working in a small town or rural area can also have some drawbacks in terms of stress and pressure. Working in a small town or rural area can limit one's exposure to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences, which can hinder one's learning and growth. For example, one may face more boredom, monotony, and isolation in a small town or rural area. One may also encounter more conservatism, prejudice, and intolerance in a small town or rural area. These factors can affect one's intellectual and social health and well-being negatively. In conclusion, working in a big city and working in a small town or rural area can have both positive and negative effects on one's lifestyle, health, and well-being. Therefore, one should consider the pros and cons of both options carefully and make an informed and suitable choice for oneself. The statement, "People who work in their own city are more loyal and patriotic than those who work far away from their city," implies that one's loyalty and patriotism are determined by one's geographical location and proximity to one's hometown. However, I disagree with this statement, as I believe that loyalty and patriotism are more complex and nuanced concepts that depend on various factors, such as one's values, beliefs, and actions. In this essay, I will explain why I think that working in one's own city does not necessarily make one more loyal and patriotic than working far away from one's city. One of the reasons why I disagree with the statement is that working in one's own city does not guarantee that one shares the same vision and goals as one's city or country. Working in one's own city may mean that one is more familiar and comfortable with the local culture, history, and politics, but it does not mean that one agrees or supports everything that happens in one's city or country. For example, one may work in one's own city, but oppose or criticize some of the policies or practices of one's city or country. On the other hand, one may work far away from one's city, but still uphold and promote the values and ideals of one's city or country. Therefore, working in one's own city does not necessarily reflect one's loyalty and patriotism, as one may have different opinions and perspectives from one's city or country. Another reason why I disagree with the statement is that working far away from one city does not mean that one abandons or betrays one's city or country. Working far away from one city may mean that one faces more challenges and difficulties in adapting to a new environment and culture, but it does not mean that one forgets or neglects one's roots and identity. For example, one may work far away from one's city, but still maintain close ties and connections with one's family, friends, and community. Moreover, one may work far away from one city, but still contribute and serve one city or country in various ways, such as sending remittances, volunteering, donating, or advocating. Therefore, working far away from one city does not necessarily diminish one's loyalty and patriotism, as one may have different ways and means of expressing one's love and gratitude for one's city or country. In conclusion, I disagree with the statement that people who work in their own city are more loyal and patriotic than those who work far away from their city, as I think that loyalty and patriotism are not determined by one's geographical location, but by one's values, beliefs, and actions. Therefore, I believe that one can be loyal and patriotic regardless of where one works, as long as one respects and supports one's city or country in a positive and constructive manner. Working in a different city or country is a common choice for many people who seek to advance their careers, broaden their horizons, and enrich their lives. Working in a different city or country can also help one develop one's skills, knowledge, and personality in various ways. In this essay, I will discuss how working in a different city or country can benefit one's personal and professional development. One of the ways that working in a different city or country can help one develop one's skills is by exposing one to new challenges and opportunities. Working in a different city or country can require one to adapt to a different environment, culture, and language, which can test and improve one's abilities and competencies. For example, one can learn new languages, acquire new technical skills, or master new tools and methods by working in a different city or country. Moreover, working in a different city or country can also provide one with more resources and networks, which can enhance one's career prospects and goals. For example, one can access more information, education, and training, or connect with more experts, mentors, and colleagues by working in a different city or country. Another way that working in a different city or country can help one develop one's knowledge is by exposing one to new ideas and perspectives. Working in a different city or country can broaden one's horizons and enrich one's understanding of the world, as one can interact with different people, cultures, and situations. For example, one can learn about different history, politics, religion, and art by working in a different city or country. Furthermore, working in a different city or country can also stimulate one's curiosity and creativity, as one can discover new things and enjoy new experiences. For example, one can explore different places, cuisines, festivals, and hobbies by working in a different city or country. A third way that working in a different city or country can help one develop one's personality is by exposing one to new values and attitudes. Working in a different city or country can influence one's character and behavior, as one can learn from different role models, norms, and expectations. For example, one can develop more confidence, independence, and resilience by working in a different city or country. Additionally, working in a different city or country can also foster one's empathy and tolerance, as one can appreciate and respect different diversity and differences. For example, one can develop more openness, flexibility, and cooperation by working in a different city or country. In conclusion, working in a different city or country can help one develop one's skills, knowledge, and personality in various ways, as it can expose one to new challenges, opportunities, ideas, perspectives, values, and attitudes. Therefore, working in a different city or country can be a rewarding and beneficial experience for one's personal and professional development. In today's globalized world, many people work in multicultural and diverse environments, where they interact with colleagues, customers, and partners from different backgrounds, cultures, and languages. Working in such environments can bring both challenges and opportunities for one's personal and professional development. In this essay, I will compare and contrast the effects of working in a multicultural and diverse environment versus working in a homogeneous and familiar environment. One of the main challenges of working in a multicultural and diverse environment is the potential for misunderstanding, miscommunication, and conflict. Working in a multicultural and diverse environment can expose one to different values, beliefs, norms, and expectations, which can cause confusion, frustration, and disagreement. For example, one may encounter different styles of communication, decision-making, leadership, and feedback in a multicultural and diverse environment. Moreover, working in a multicultural and diverse environment can also increase the risk of prejudice, stereotyping, and discrimination, which can affect one's performance, motivation, and well-being. For example, one may face bias, exclusion, or harassment in a multicultural and diverse environment. However, one of the main opportunities of working in a multicultural and diverse environment is the potential for learning, creativity, and innovation. Working in a multicultural and diverse environment can expose one to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences, which can enrich one's knowledge, skills, and personality. For example, one can learn new languages, cultures, and practices in a multicultural and diverse environment. Furthermore, working in a multicultural and diverse environment can also foster collaboration, synergy, and problem-solving, which can enhance one's productivity, quality, and outcomes. For example, one can benefit from the diverse talents, insights, and networks in a multicultural and diverse environment. Another major challenge of working in a multicultural and diverse environment is the difficulty of integration, adaptation, and identity. Working in a multicultural and diverse environment can require one to adjust to a new and complex reality, which can be stressful and demanding. For example, one may have to cope with culture shock, language barriers, and role ambiguity in a multicultural and diverse environment. Additionally, working in a multicultural and diverse environment can also challenge one's sense of belonging, loyalty, and identity, which can affect one's confidence, self-esteem, and satisfaction. For example, one may feel isolated, conflicted, or lost in a multicultural and diverse environment. However, another major opportunity of working in a multicultural and diverse environment is the possibility of growth, diversity, and inclusion. Working in a multicultural and diverse environment can enable one to expand one's horizons and potential, which can be rewarding and fulfilling. For example, one can develop more competence, resilience, and flexibility in a multicultural and diverse environment. Moreover, working in a multicultural and diverse environment can also promote respect, appreciation, and harmony, which can improve one's relationships, culture, and society. For example, one can contribute to the social and economic development of a multicultural and diverse environment. In conclusion, working in a multicultural and diverse environment can have both positive and negative effects on one's personal and professional development. Therefore, one should be aware of the challenges and opportunities of working in a multicultural and diverse environment and make an informed and suitable choice for oneself. One of the factors that can influence one's decision to work in one city or far away from one city is the impact on one's family, friends, and social relationships. Working in one city or far away from one city can have both positive and negative effects on one's personal and social life. In this essay, I will discuss how working in one city versus working far away from one city can affect one's family, friends, and social relationships. One of the advantages of working in one city is that it can allow one to maintain close and frequent contact with one's family, friends, and social circle. Working in one city can enable one to visit, communicate, and support one's family and friends regularly and easily. For example, one can celebrate special occasions, share daily experiences, and help with personal issues with one's family and friends. Moreover, working in one city can also provide one with a stable and familiar social network, which can offer one a sense of belonging, identity, and security. For example, one can enjoy the company, friendship, and trust of people who share the same culture, history, and values. However, one of the disadvantages of working in one city is that it can limit one's exposure and access to new and diverse people and opportunities. Working in one city can restrict one's social and professional development, as one may miss out on meeting and learning from different people, cultures, and situations. For example, one may face more competition, saturation, and stagnation in one city. Furthermore, working in one city can also increase the pressure and expectations from one's family, friends, and society, which can affect one's personal and career choices. For example, one may have to conform to the norms, traditions, and roles of one's family, friends, and society. On the other hand, one of the benefits of working far away from one city is that it can offer one the opportunity and challenge to meet and interact with new and diverse people and situations. Working far away from one city can broaden one's horizons and enrich one's personal and professional growth, as one can learn from different people, cultures, and experiences. For example, one can develop new skills, languages, and perspectives by working far away from one city. Additionally, working far away from one city can also give one more freedom and choices in one's personal and career life, as one can explore and pursue one's interests, passions, and goals. However, one of the drawbacks of working far away from one city is that it can cause one to lose or weaken contact and connection with one's family, friends, and social circle. Working far away from one city can make it difficult and costly to visit, communicate, and support one's family and friends. For example, one may miss important events, face communication barriers and feel helpless with one's family and friends. Moreover, working far away from one's city can also create a sense of isolation, alienation and insecurity, as one may lack a stable and familiar social network. For example, one may struggle to find, make and keep new friends and contacts in a different and unfamiliar environment. In conclusion, working in one city or far away from one city can have both positive and negative effects on one's family, friends, and social relationships. Therefore, one should consider the pros and cons of both options carefully and make an informed and suitable choice for oneself. Working in one city or far away from one city is a common choice for many people who seek to improve their living and working conditions. However, this choice can also have significant influence on one's career prospects and goals, both in the short and long term. In this essay, I will discuss how working in one city versus working far away from one city can affect one's career development. One of the advantages of working in one city is that it can allow one to build and maintain a strong and relevant network of contacts, which can be crucial for one's career success. Working in one city can enable one to establish and nurture relationships with colleagues, employers, customers, and partners, who can provide one with support, feedback, opportunities, and referrals. For example, one can attend local events, join professional associations and participate in community projects in one city. Moreover, working in one city can also provide one with a better understanding and reputation of the local market, which can enhance one's competitiveness and credibility. For example, one can be more aware of the needs, preferences and trends of the local customers and stakeholders in one city. However, one of the disadvantages of working in one city is that it can limit one's exposure and access to new and diverse markets, which can be vital for one's career growth. Working in one city can restrict one's learning and innovation, as one may miss out on the latest technologies, practices and developments in other regions or countries. For example, one may face more competition, saturation and stagnation in one city. Furthermore, working in one city can also reduce one's flexibility and mobility, as one may have more commitments and constraints in one's personal and professional life. For example, one may have to balance the expectations and responsibilities of one's family, friends, and society in one city. On the other hand, one of the benefits of working far away from one city is that it can offer one the opportunity and challenge to explore and enter new and diverse markets, which can be beneficial for one's career growth. Working far away from one city can broaden one's horizons and potential, as one can learn from different people, cultures, and situations. For example, one can develop new skills, languages, and perspectives by working far away from one city. Additionally, working far away from one city can also increase one's flexibility and mobility, as one can have more freedom and choices in one's personal and professional life. For example, one can pursue and achieve one's interests, passions, and goals by working far away from one city. However, one of the drawbacks of working far away from one city is that it can make it difficult and costly to maintain and expand a strong and relevant network of contacts, which can be important for one's career success. Working far away from one city can weaken or sever one's relationships with colleagues, employers, customers, and partners, who can provide one with support, feedback, opportunities, and referrals. For example, one may face communication barriers, time differences and travel expenses by working far away from one city. Moreover, working far away from one city can also affect one's understanding and reputation of the local market, which can reduce one's competitiveness and credibility. For example, one may be less aware of the needs, preferences and trends of the local customers and stakeholders in one city. In conclusion, working in one city or far away from one city can have both positive and negative influence on one's career prospects and goals. Therefore, one should consider the pros and cons of both options carefully and make an informed and suitable choice for oneself. Working in a city can be stressful and demanding, especially if it is a large and crowded one. On the other hand, working far away from a city can be relaxing and peaceful, but also isolating and boring. How do people cope with the stress and pressure of working in different environments? This essay will discuss some of the ways that people can manage their work-related stress and pressure, depending on where they work. One of the main sources of stress and pressure for people who work in a city is the traffic and commute. It can be frustrating and exhausting to spend hours on the road, in buses, trains, or cars, every day. To cope with this, some people may choose to live closer to their workplace, or to use alternative modes of transportation, such as cycling or walking. Others may try to avoid peak hours, or to work from home occasionally. These strategies can help reduce the time and money spent on commuting, as well as the environmental impact. Another source of stress and pressure for people who work in a city is the competition and expectations. It can be challenging and stressful to keep up with the fast pace and high standards of the urban work culture. To cope with this, some people may seek professional development and training, or to network and collaborate with others. Others may try to balance their work and life, or to find meaning and purpose in their work. These strategies can help improve their skills and confidence, as well as their satisfaction and motivation. On the contrary, one of the main sources of stress and pressure for people who work far away from a city is the isolation and boredom. It can be lonely and dull to work in a remote or rural area, with limited social and cultural opportunities. To cope with this, some people may keep in touch with their friends and family, or to join local clubs and groups. Others may try to explore and enjoy their surroundings, or to pursue their hobbies and interests. These strategies can help maintain their mental and emotional health, as well as their happiness and well-being. In conclusion, working in a city or far away from a city can have different advantages and disadvantages, and can cause different types of stress and pressure. However, there are various ways that people can cope with these challenges, depending on their preferences and circumstances. Ultimately, the most important thing is to find a work environment that suits one's personality and goals, and to manage one's stress and pressure effectively.